Welcome to the Pack Podcast. I am Chill, and I am joined with my compatriots, Moses,
Me.
Burge,
Hi.
Mech,
Yes.
and our special guest, Emma.
Hello.
How is everyone doing?
I'm
Good.
doing
Good.
great.
Well, you know, almost had a
Oh,
mental breakdown.
yeah.
I could be
I'm
watching
doing
Onward right
alright.
now, but like,
We don't talk about that.
Uh.
That's irrelevant.
business comes first.
Business
Yes,
comes first.
business. It's just business.
That's what you've shown the last 2 weeks.
Just business.
Look,
Don't worry, guys. We've had a
Slander each
legitimate.
other later.
We've
I am not all to blame.
Save the slander for
Yeah.
no. Don't worry, guys. Listen. We had a reason for the for the on and off week.
In these like 3 weeks that we haven't been doing podcasts, we've been hard at work making this the best it can be. And we have not, and I repeat, not been doing absolutely nothing for this podcast.
What
That's
he
not
said.
what's been
He
happening.
said, yeah.
I don't know why anyone's even like thinking that. Like,
That opinion is
Joe,
not
why did you
shared
even
by.
bring that up? That's kind of like that's really rude.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
totally
doing
rude,
on
man.
this podcast just by being here.
Anyway.
Wait, what?
So, what do we got today?
So,
What do we have in store?
what do we?
What do we
Are
got
you? I don't know if you guys are mentally prepared.
I
Um,
guess I'll
Take
just
your entire
introduce-
stock.
I guess I'll just introduce myself for anyone who hasn't heard of me yet. If you haven't heard of me, my links will be in the
That's a funny
description.
joke.
I'm Emma. I've been putting out packs for like 6 months or so. I took a long break because I've been like here for a lot longer than that. But I've been putting out stuff for just now. I really appreciate you having me on.
all right, awesome.
Great to have you.
So, getting into the script, I think that I guess Mech and Emma will have a few words for this because they're the only two that do like actual commissions. But like,
Okay.
why pack makers only do like commissions, for people like more popular than them, like people that have more subs and stuff.
Okay, so my thoughts on it. So I personally do commissions for like whoever, but one thing I have noticed from doing commissions is if you're working with like a YouTuber, not necessarily someone with a lot of subs or not having a lot of subs, but working with like a professional YouTuber, it'll
Right.
always be a lot easier because they'll have like reasonable expectations of like what they can ask from an artist and like time frames and deadlines, and they'll be able to explain what they want more and stuff like that.
Right,
And
because they've done it
also-
before.
Okay, there's obviously some caveats to this with some people who are really stingy, but generally, if someone's like a large YouTuber, they're gonna be willing to actually pay you, like so they'll
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think that comes with like if you're like a professional YouTuber, you've like dealt with like commissions before. You've done commissions for other things, and I think that just transfers over.
I also think a lot of people like okay, I'll do commissions forever, but truly with like pack making, a lot of it comes from people do it because they like the community aspect of it and they like the recognition, and it's a really cool thing to have a lot of people seeing your work. So people will just do it because they want to get themselves out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
At least for me, like the reason why, like if I've made a pack for someone, it's always been for someone bigger than me. If not, they're like a close friend of mine. Like for me, like one, it's just hard enough for me to get like a lot of motivation to like finish a pack quickly. Like so, like if I'm gonna make a pack for someone else that like me even like especially if I don't know them, like like I have to like see a benefit from it because like I don't personally do commissions for my own reasons, but like so like if I'm making a pack for someone, I like getting the recognition is like the payback from it. So like if I were to do like a pack for someone who has like 500 subs, like great, I could put some effort into it, but am I really gonna gain anything from it? No, like I'm not gonna really see much personal gain from it, except maybe a few, like a couple hundred downloads at the most.
Yeah.
Like that's
If you're gonna like spend the time to like make someone a pack, especially for free, you're
my.
obviously gonna like want something in return.
Yeah.
I've personally had experiences with
I
that.
have the
Money.
free packs. I
Well,
did that
you
for
do. Oh,
I did that for a while. Recently I've started. Like, I opened up a commission, so money. But the thing about free packs, I it's because I literally didn't have a way to get the money. So
hmm
the first time I did something in exchange was probably just to get a rank on Hypixel. But
Yeah,
the thing about
that's
free
smart.
packs, I mean,
yeah. I think I'm gonna
okay, it was
start
smart.
selling
It
my
was pretty
packs for
smart.
like a month of MVP plus plus,
Yeah, I tried
Pretty
doing
big
There
that.
you
I
money.
go.
found one guy. I don't think he's
or like
giving
a
me payment,
booster.
but I don't care. Um, so the thing about free packs is I kind of thought of it as like, okay, sure, I'll do it. I turn it into content. That's what I turned it. That's kind of the one of the reasons I upload so frequently.
Yeah.
Because when I did free packs, did packs for free, just had the packs. Like, all right, sure, upload it. But now I kind of realized I really could have gotten a little something extra from not doing all those free packs.
Oh. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna say on that, something that's also really important with taking money for your packs.
Mhm.
I honestly don't really need the money, and if I was charging it based on
Yeah.
how much time I put in, I would probably charge a little bit more than like $20 because I spend a lot of time on
Yeah.
that. But that's neither here nor there. The reason I really do it is because generally the people who will not be willing to pay for a pack, they'll expect it for free, are not the people you want to be working with. They're
Yeah.
going to
Right.
take
Yeah.
advantage
And
of your
also,
time.
this
Like
is
I put the price there just so like people don't come to me and like try to take advantage of my time. If I'm doing stuff for free, I feel like any old YouTuber like would just come to me and then get like a bunch of my time and then like what would I even get from it? Like maybe
Yeah.
they'll shout me out, but I can't like
So,
rely on that.
sorry.
Yeah. And that's why like for me it's been difficult. And like for me especially so like hence why like I've relied on like YouTubers I'm either friends with or like pretty close to. Like to like I'm like hey, you know, like especially like let's say like refraction. Like I don't deny that like I sent him my packs knowing that he may use them and then like that would like give me a bit of views because that was one way of getting my packs out there because I knew he had an audience and I knew that he streamed a lot and that he made videos a good amount. So that would like and that like it wasn't anything against his will. Like I always made it open to him and like especially since I don't do commissions, like that was like how I did it. That's how I get my packs out there. It's like I give it to people who are close to me. You know, I get it out on Twitter. I see, you know, and
Ruben.
yeah,
I think chill what you're
like
saying I think that's like totally one of the reasons that you should really consider like getting your payment fixed because you no longer have to worry, oh my god, are they gonna shout me out? Am I gonna get the credit I'm hoping for? Or like because you no longer have to worry if they're just gonna bury you in the
Was
description if
sort
they
of
pay
what I
you,
was
you
thinking
money.
in my
also
mind when I was
Because
doing
like if they paid you
commissions.
some money, like you
yeah.
don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's like, well, they paid me. They don't have to credit me. I guess.
It's definitely something I've been considering and I will consider. And it's never been out of the picture. It's just for personal reasons it hasn't happened yet. So, I feel like I eventually I'll make that decision to do it. I definitely will at some point and like just get my shit situated and actually like make commissions because
So
and like I wouldn't do it for the money like because like I'm fine with like I don't need money. It would be just more for like
No, it's not for
getting
the
my
money.
packs out for
Yeah.
like out
If I was
there
doing it for
like
the money, I would like go to some people. Like I would do like textures for modding or whatever because that would pay
Mm.
way better. But like that's not the
yeah,
point.
yeah.
and I
The
guess
point
in
is to stop people
yeah
from abusing your time.
yeah and I guess another thing that goes into it which I actually just thought of like I'm not making these packs for myself. Like I make packs that I like. Like I'm not saying that. Like I like my packs, but like it gets like I don't make the packs just for me to use. Like I make these packs so that other people use them. And when I see that my video isn't like my videos aren't doing well or I'm not getting too many downloads, it's like, well then what's the point of making the pack if it's not like if people aren't using it? Like that's part of it. Like and that's why I would do commissions. It's not to get money, just like I want people to use the stuff that I spent time on. Like I want to know that people like are at least considering to use the stuff that I spent like, you know, like 2 weeks on.
Thing about commissions is like whenever I finish their pack, I mean there's also a sort of satisfaction with that thing of people liking it. So whenever I sent them
Mhm.
the pack, they're like, "Oh my god, this is so great!" It's like that just felt good.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, I mean, not to switch up the mood or anything, but to pull it back to wasting time. Not to name any names because I don't know. I'm not doing that anyway. There was a time I made a pack for someone. It was free. It was like kind of Bed Wars centered. It was just weird because he made me do like the armor bars.
Oh,
So
I'll let you
the
finish. But
black was the full armor. Like the full armor was black, but like the inside was empty. It was a weird pack, but I didn't really get anything out of it. I just made it for free. I kind of regret making that, but the sword
oh
was
yeah,
okay.
like with that, oh my god, it's so bad when you're doing a commit. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's fine when you're doing a commission, but if it's free, I can only
Yeah.
imagine how bad it would be. Like I've done commissions for people and then realized by the end of it, this sucks. I'm not releasing it on YouTube. No, oh my god, because they just had an idea that I don't think anyone will really like. I've made some ugly yellow pack. I've made some stuff, but like as long as they like it, that's
Yeah.
really what you should go for when you're taking commissions. Like who
Yeah.
cares anything else? Like as long as they
And
want
that's
their commission, that's what they're
yeah.
commissioning you for.
And that's another benefit to commissions is that like, you know, even if it's like a pack that you're not really like a fan of just because like they didn't have an idea of what they wanted or they gave you a bad idea, at least it's like you still get a benefit from it because like if you're
paid.
doing a free commission and like you're like I don't really like this pack, then it's like
Yeah.
do you want to put that on YouTube and like try and see if people like it if you know that like people won't like. So it's like
I think it's totally worth like curating what you upload. Like I have made a lot of packs I totally was close to finishing and was like, do people is this really good enough to post? No.
yeah, I've done that plenty of times. I have so
Speaking of,
many
oh, sorry.
unfinished packs. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Speaking of funky commissions, I mean, the thing about getting funky commissions, like if you're doing it for money, it's all right. The thing about it is if they give you an out of this world idea, I guess, couldn't it help you with expanding your creativity and just
Oh, it's so
working
cool
out
when
stuff
they
like
have a
that?
good
So
idea.
this person, shout out to you if you're watching this, but he asked me to make a brownie pack for him. So I'm here thinking when I get to work on it, how am I gonna do this? So it's giving me a little bit of a brain exercise.
I can see.
Oh my god, remember Real has this cookie pack or whatever from
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
yeah.
the day?
So I'm
Oh
thinking
my
maybe try to like that
Yeah,
cookie pack.
yeah.
Try something like that with that kind of idea. He said make the armor like a brownie, so I'm thinking interesting. I remember seeing a mint chocolate chip ice cream armor.
How do you
gotta
so
describe in order to
please
cosmic
please
brownies.
implore me, how do you make brownie armor without it just looking like shit armor?
I don't know. I'll make it brown and like I don't know, make it look like it has chocolate chips in it, like it's a
No, 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 no,
cookie.
No, you gotta do like
You know the cosmic brownies, like
yeah,
the
cosmic brownies.
yeah,
That's what
you
they're
gotta
called.
it has like the M&Ms or whatever, like and they're
Oh,
colors.
The little
I don't
colored
know.
dots.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting. Oh
those.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I've never called them
I'm
by
looking at
that.
that.
I'm just like it's the brownies with the M&Ms.
I'm looking at that. That's actually a good idea. Thank
There
you.
you go. I'm glad
That's actually
you
very
brought that up.
interesting. All
Oh my
right.
god. Like oh my god. I made this orange pack for someone a while back, and sometimes people still ask me about it, but it'll never get released because the creator asked me to recolor it to yellow, and it's the most ugly yellow, but it's exactly what they wanted. So it's bad.
Yikes.
Why do
Oh.
people like yellow packs? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, even if the pack maker actually has a brain and makes the diamond and gold different somehow in some way, it just, diamond shouldn't be yellow when there's gold in the game. Like, for me, like, yellow
You
just
do, like,
always,
rose gold,
I mean,
and then like
rose gold,
hot
but
diamonds
but
can be
that's not
yellow.
really
all players
yellow.
don't have to worry about gold.
The only yellow that looks
Okay.
good is if you shift it, and then it just looks like gold. So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a
I
yellow
got a
pack
white
once.
pack.
I
Like,
did it just for fun.
Yeah,
Gold
you did a yellow. Yeah, I remember you made that. But that like, and that's like essentially the best way to do it is like try
Really?
and make it.
I mean, I think
Because like you
kinda-
can't really make
way
it
I
yet,
changed it-
especially since one you made like, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah,
It was probably like a
back in
year
October.
ago. Oh, was
Year
it
and-
October?
Yeah,
what,
October.
golden
I know it was
experience?
last year.
Yeah, gold experience 32x. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
best
I
way
made
you're. That's the
a,
best way you're gonna get it with a gradient pack, I would
Yeah.
say.
I made a yellow pack with latency a while ago.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I honestly think it was pretty good. Like
Really?
it was whenever I did like Unfaded
it
Devil,
released?
so it's like not that good. Yeah, it's released Electric
What's it called?
32X. It was a part of the Elemental pack bundle.
Oh, it's the Elemental Pack bundle.
I was actually pretty happy with how I did it. Like I made like the armor on like the diamond stuff, like have like blue stuff on it. I think it's pretty good.
I feel like you could go and you could
It's
take
good, but
other
bad.
people's yellow packs and you could recolor them to the like a better color, and you could really have some.
That's why Ultra 16X has a whole bunch of recolors because it's a gold pack, but he literally made gold and diamond the exact same texture.
Yeah.
So
That was a
so there's so if you look around, there's so many recolors of that pack just because.
There's like a silver recolor, I think. And that's just iron.
it just makes it even worse.
Brown recolor. Wait, fuck,
Brown
that's just
recolor.
wood.
Where's the wood sword? Where's the diamond?
Wait, I got it. Dark gray. Wait.
Oh, that's stone.
Stone.
Damn it!
What about chainmail? Chainmail ultra.
Chainmail sword.
Chainmail color. Chainmail color.
That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna make that a pack.
Chainmail sword.
Other people's packs can look really good. Like I've seen some recolors of my packs just in a different color and been like, wow, that
Oh
actually
yeah.
looks nice.
Oh yeah.
The rose.
So
Not recolors. Why do we have such a problem with them?
Like,
Yeah.
okay, I personally don't. Like, if someone recolors my stuff and they don't put an AdFly link on it and they credit me like in the description, they're not pretending like they made it. Like, I don't care.
yeah, it's when like the problem is it's when and this is pretty obvious. It's when someone recolors, like a pack and it's like, wow, this is like and then like they make like a whole then they make it seem like even like it's just like a different pack. Right.
Like, it's not if it's like, okay, this is da 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 by Emma, but red version.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
cool.
that's fair
But
enough.
like, you release like a pack. This pack is my pack. I created it, and then you look at it.
It's like that one recolor of Kano's Legend 27 thing that was like pink and blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
they like just no credit
it's
at
like
all.
mashed up from
Yeah, I don't know that
some
one.
other stuff. Yeah.
We were looking at it like I don't know, like last week, but someone like essentially just like made a pink mashup of Legend 27 revamp and like claimed it was a different pack when it clearly wasn't.
GUI.
But here's like the thing is, it's like the problem is like you can recolor someone's pack, but like you have to make it clear that it is like someone else's pack that you recolored or someone else's pack that you edited. Like
and if you're gonna use like
like-
texture recolored in your own pack, like you can credit it and it'll be fine. But like, don't you like it should be common courtesy to not use like too much of it. If you're using a lot of it, you should just call it like an edit or something.
Yeah. Or like if you're releasing an edit or a recolor or like something like that of someone's packs, in the like and this is in like you call it that in the title and like say it in the video. I don't think it's too much to ask to literally put like a text that says like just like recolor of like this pack by this person. Like I get it that may be a little too much for some people, but in my opinion honestly, it really isn't that much to ask for.
Like
Clear up any possible issues you could have.
Like-
Yeah, I never realized until Crynotic that people just do not read like the description or like consider anything. Like I would go to his comments and all the comments would be like thinking that he made all the packs even though they were like wildly different.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember Mike V.
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
So he was
credited it, but he didn't make it clear.
he would literally just put like creator and then like some like bit.ly link, not even like a YouTube channel link, and it would be
Yeah.
like embedded in the bottom of the description.
Yeah.
That
Until
happened
like
to
a
me
bunch of people
before,
yelled at him.
Sorry.
No, go
It
ahead.
happened to me once before Crynotic. Or what's his name? Crynotic?
Yeah, something like that.
And since that was the first time, I went through the trouble just to get the video taken down.
Oh, who's your
Oh.
Nice.
It was a super old video, or it's a super old pack. Like by now I wouldn't care about it, but like
Right.
I was like, nah,
That's-
fuck you, you're getting your video taken down.
The fear in these freeloaders. Oh my god. Oh, honestly, okay.
I will never go through the
I want to
effort.
say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Fablo comes out and it's released, any YouTube channel that tries to re-release it and not credit me, they are getting taken down.
Oh no.
You're gone. That video is gone.
The wrath of Moses.
Also,
It's
um,
gonna snap you.
this is a bit of a segue into like pack porters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get it on like the Bedrock Marketplace because I want to also do like a
money from that, and it'll be
like a
really
skin pack.
Mm.
But
work on that.
but like if I see people like porting it, I don't know. That's all I'm
Porters?
saying.
Oh my god, porters are kind of freeloaders, but like,
Yeah.
They're kind of annoying, but like
So don't get me wrong. Some of them actually do put some effort into it, and
Yeah.
some people like put no effort into it. Like it's just like it's one or the other, and you can tell just by their screenshots.
yeah.
what I do, I try to judge if they're trying to use the pack porting to get popular, or if they just want it like on MCP. And you can normally tell based on like how their Twitter is, or if they're doing like packs that aren't really that popular but they thought were cool.
And how
Or
much
stuff-
effort they put in.
Because because normally it would be like they're totally freeloading, but like at the same time, I kind of do want my packs to be on Bedrock, so
Yeah.
it's like it's hard to deal with.
Right.
But I mean, I want my packs on Bedrock too, but I want to make money off it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart, and like
Like
that seems like it's more complicated than it sounds. See.
there was a pack porter that came to me
Mm-hmm.
at,
Oh,
like
the Bedrock Marketplace stuff.
no.
Yeah.
He was asking me about if like he wanted my permission to port his packs. Seems like a nice guy, but
Mhm.
like every time like a porters like come to me to ask if they can like port my packs, I'm just like, yeah, sure, just don't port Fablo when it comes out.
Yeah, honestly, if they're coming to ask you to port, that's
Like,
probably
just-
a sign.
Just credit me and don't port Fablo. That's all I ask for.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's cool that you're making like a survival-y pack. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I would want to make one, but like I'm not happy with my skills enough yet. But maybe if I started making one, I'd get better. Like, I don't know. And also, I feel like I'd have to learn to make skins if I wanted to do the mobs, which is like, whoa. Like, the survival pack people, pretty cool. Really impressive stuff that they do that.
Yeah, but the thing about survival pack makers is like most of them like seem nice, but like not name dropping. There's we know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
Some of them are really petty. It's
Yeah.
really annoying. Like whenever you just like you're just making like a PvP pack for fun, and
Yeah,
then
And then they come at you
some
like
guy
you
ju-
can't
s-
call
and then
this
some random
pack."
guy just like replies like, "Ooh, mixing textures." Like, come on,
Okay.
bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
they just take it
I-
way too seriously. I think.
SpongeBob drop facts.
And
Oh,
I want
Aw.
to say this about like I guess survival pack makers. Here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. They put a lot of effort into what they do, and that's fine. It's just and I can see where they're coming from when they kind of go at one of us and like say like question what we're doing with our packs. Because I can kind of see their perspective. Like they spend a long time on their packs, and then they meticulously actually try to make everything match, and then they see what we do, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I don't mind that. I don't. It's not that perspective that I don't like. It's the stinginess that they give. It's
Oh,
the
honestly,
fact that it's not like they don't come off as I don't quite understand why this is a thing. It's not coming off as curiosity. It's more like you don't know what you're fucking doing, kind of thing.
Yeah. So
my thoughts on it, like what you said there, like I feel like a lot of them get some sort of idea of what the pack maker community is like for like PvP people and 1.8 stuff. from like some bad examples, and that's why they'll have like a negative opinion. They'll see
Mhm.
someone doing like a gradient pack, and they'll have textures that they didn't make, and they're like, there's a whole lot of them that they didn't credit, and it's like, when you do that, and you're like a real artist, like you're a texture artist, it's just so like, what the fuck, man? You're gonna take other people's work and you're not
Yeah.
gonna credit.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
I get where they're coming from, but like the people who go out of their way to like call us out, like why?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're all picture artists, like, and some of us we're just doing like some PvP
Like-
weird stuff, even if it's not your thing, and you're making survival pack.
The thing that I think the thing that they don't understand is like the reason why like making PvP packs is so popular is because it's like
It's so easy.
it's easy. It's easier than making a full on pack.
Like
Like
you can make one every week and have a different
and
experience.
that's why there's like such a community and why it's so much more popular is because there's more being produced because people can just pump them out. But like
Right.
people like survival pack makers, I guess they kind of I don't know. I don't know if they consider it like a job. But, like I assume most of them probably do like a lot of
They're
modded
yeah,
items
it's
and
their
stuff, like-
passion. It's their
yeah.
thing.
Like,
So
like,
they take it a lot more seriously.
Mhm.
And so like whenever they see like someone get like 100 likes on a PvP pack and they see like some default or whatever, I guess they get kind of like
Yeah.
annoyed at that, which
Yeah,
I completely understand. But like,
experience.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, and that's like, and that's kind of what like I was trying to say. Like I completely understand like that that they completely don't understand why people like that kind of stuff. But it's the fact like, and trust me, I'm not saying that all survival pack makers like this, because some of them are like really nice, and I bet some of them are like perfectly fine with PvP pack makers. But like some of them, it's like I don't get why it can't just be like a conversation. Like why can't it just be like, so I don't understand why you're doing this. Like why are you mixing those textures together? I don't quite understand that. It never comes off as like a gesture or like trying to actually get an answer. It's more like they hate it, which I can understand, but it's like that's not gonna get anywhere if you're just saying you hate what someone's making. If you know what I mean.
and also I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the people that go out of their way to like message them
Yeah.
might have a little bit of an ego.
Mm-hmm.
And what they'll try to do, like on Chill's Cherry Pack, there was a guy who like made it like replied and then deleted it and replied again to make him sound smarter.
Oh yeah, that was
Instead
funny.
of saying like
He said
reusing Jappa's textures.
Yeah, I remember.
And then he deleted it and then saying slightly changing the assets of a texture is not. making
Yeah,
sense
like
for a
it was so that you can completely like that's
Like,
what
they
I
just-
that and that's like that's the thing. It's like it was the fact that like he went out of his way to like make it seem like what I was doing was wrong, and that like it's his way or the highway. You know, like it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like from an outsider's perspective, there's really no easy way to see the difference between someone who's gonna be like, okay, I made this PvP pack. Also, the blocks are from this guy who spent 2 years on it, and I'm just gonna credit him in the TXT file. Compared to the people that always ask for people like, oh, can I use this and stuff. In my packs, other than maybe like a few things that I've been trying to phase out, everything I use that's not mine is like from some of you, like in the pack community, and I always ask for that stuff.
Mhm.
But then there's a lot of people who will be like, okay, Moses,
Over
imagine
my XP bar.
Moses, imagine you release Fablo, and then there's like some guy like a few months later, he's like he releases a pack, and it's like, oh yeah, blocks are by AA Moses, and they leave it like in the description somewhere or something. Like
Yeah.
that's like garbage. And from a glance, you can't tell the difference between these people and like someone who's actually putting in the work to like
Yeah,
not
that's a very good point. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Okay,
and that's that. Yeah, go ahead, Spurge.
All right. So I have one story like about the survival pack makers and how you were talking about them being stingy or anything.
Mhm.
So be in mind, I'm very new to hand shading,
Mhm.
and on Twitter, I decided to post a screenshot of a sword and armor I was working on because I started to hand shade. It was getting really good feedback, by the way. and what is it? Some guy tweeted under it saying, it's not really a style. You're just reusing Minecraft assets." And then I told him, like, we were having like a passive argument about it. I told him that like I normally do not handshade, and he's like, "Still, you're reusing Minecraft assets," and like
Yeah,
you're
it's
just being sick about it.
that's that like I don't, yeah. I mean I don't want to continue going on about this guy, but like it's just like it's the same thing he did to me. He like doubled down on his point,
I have
but
to chime in. He's not even right though. He would be right if you were recoloring default and applying your palette to it.
Yeah,
Like you made it from scratch and then you pasted like the default chest plate shading and the helmet shading, and then that was like about it. Like the leggings were different, a lot of the helmet was different, the
Mhm.
sword was completely different. Like only the
Yeah.
shape.
Mm. But like, I don't know.
like the dude even like what is it? He said that like
yeah.
he mentioned that it was like an edit or something. Like and then like he mentioned that I didn't say like I called it like an original pack. I never did. I said it was an edit. Like it's literally in the fucking tweet name. It's
Yeah,
an
started
edit.
a default edit, doing a new style.
Yeah, literally.
Ooh,
Like I'm not
so
making
blind.
an original pack. Like you must have like dyslexia or something if you don't know how to read. Like,
So like we're
Yeah.
looking at a few. It's really bad because we're currently looking at a few bad apples from them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
we
a lot
don't
Yeah.
want
of
to
their
generalize.
plot
We don't
stuff,
want that.
Mhm.
and they're probably have the bad opinion of us because they're
Yeah.
looking at people who are like who
Yeah.
obviously they're this is gonna sound like superiority compared to like pixel art style and gradients, but
Yeah.
like, from an outside perspective, it really doesn't make any sense to be doing like gradients in like low res or whatever. So they'll see people
Mhm.
doing
Mm.
that and then like using other people's textures all the time and be like, and then still like
Yeah.
arguing with them. And those are like the bad apples from us that people are using as a
Yeah,
caricature.
and like going on that point, like it sounds like we're shitting on survival pack makers when like trust, like
We're not shitting
there-
on survival pack
there's
makers. We're just shitting on one survival pack maker.
yeah, essentially,
Aw, man.
essentially, we're trying to insult without mentioning name. And the thing is, I just want to get this point in: PvP pack community is borderline worse. So, like,
Oh, no,
we're
it
not
is
saying
worse.
we're not
No,
saying that we don't have our faults. It's just
Yeah.
like
yeah.
they have their faults. So,
Mhm.
If you're making a comparison, I would imagine that the community of actual artists who are like more like not less children are probably a more a mature community than what we have going on here.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
hope so.
yeah.
Very much hope so.
Well, because it's like it's not like our group that we talk like obviously like we talk to each other a lot, but like it's funny because like and then like you always kind of think about like there's pack makers out there that you don't even know, like that make PvP packs that you've never heard of but are making PvP packs. Like it's just how it is.
Really sucks that we have to use like it's just like the best terminology to say pack maker and like I like stuff like that when like and when the survival people will see that it doesn't come off as right because the resource pack to them is something that's like super long, but really we wouldn't call it that if it wasn't just like the most convenient thing to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It really
I
sucks
mean,
if
I mean that. Yeah. I mean that just comes with everything. But like,
you
it's
can't call
just.
yourself a pack maker if you just do this. Like you're right, but like I wish I had a better thing to say.
I mean, yeah. Well, like,
Yeah.
what else would you call someone who makes textures for a texture pack and releases it? Like, what else? Like, what you know what I mean? Like, what else would you make? Like,
Yeah.
call that?
I think
It's just like,
texture
Pixel
art.
artist.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Minecraft
it's
I think
Minecraft
another
reshader.
I think another reason why some like survival pack makers kind of like lash out at like PvP pack makers, because I think it is a bit of bitterness or like jealousy, because like when it comes to like the multiplayer community and stuff, um they kind of like most of them actually use packs and stuff like that. Like PvPers
Mhm.
obviously like use
Yeah,
packs
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And
that kind
Mhm.
of overshadows
with like survival
everything else.
with like survival people, like I'm pretty sure like a good 90% of them probably just stick with default, or maybe have like a low fire overlay or something like that. So I think that like a lot of survival packs that people like spend like months and months on, I know how it feels. It's stressful, but like people that like spend months and months on that just for it to get like 100 downloads and not very many people to use it, just because like default's good enough. I could see like why they would be like mad at PvP packs, because like they'll see like a PvP pack on their timeline and it has like 300 likes, and they're like, what the fuck? Like
This looks
this
like
guy
this
just
person
spent a
made
week
it
on
in
a
like
pack.
yeah,
I've
this
spent
guy
like
spent a
7
week.
months.
I spent months of my
I think it's just where a lot of like why they're very like passive aggressive to us comes
Mhm.
from.
Yeah. I mean that's a valid point, and it's just like it's just two different groups that like don't really interact with each other, that just don't understand one another. I guess it's just like it's just gonna be a problem either way.
Right.
it is.
So like what you were saying, Moses, with how a lot of people on multiplayer will use the packs because they're like the PvP packs more because they're just kind of defaulty and they're not anything crazy. Honestly, that's just really why some of these packs are like so much more popular, and the PvP packs get so much stuff, because you'll see a pack that somebody spent forever and ever on, and it's like this master crafted like complete art style overhaul, like absolute like god
Masterpiece.
like yeah, and then but like you won't really want to like use that all the time because it like changes everything for like multiplayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for like default packs, those are definitely going to be more popular because it's like, oh, I get to do default, but it's pink. Whoa, that's
God.
No
so
way.
crazy.
Revolutionary.
And
So
stuff like that so
speaking,
easily. Changes the
so
game.
I guess something to go more in depth with, like since we've kind of mentioned it, like, cause like survival packs may not do as well as PvP packs, and like, it's just that thing where it's like, and I guess something at least I'm still trying to figure out a lot of, like what makes a pack popular, and I like, cause
I
like
think I figured it out.
right, like. Cause like you look at PvP packs, right? So like there's those packs that everyone knows. Everyone knows Infinite. Everyone knows Champ V4. Everyone knows like Faithful. Like
EOM something.
EOM
OCM.
3. Like most people in the PvP community know about those. Like especially like Infinite, Champ V4. Trying to think.
Any Huawei pack ever.
Huawei pack.
Right.
That's the
Huawei Defscape
Packs
Def
10.
style.
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah.
but like, what is so special about those packs? Because you
dynamic duo.
I think
Right.
There we go.
Wait. You want to hear what I have to say about this? I figured it out. So, the key part there, you have to have some like assets that make it widely appealing, and then once you have a wide appeal, you then need to get to your audience somehow. You either need to have a big YouTuber use it, or more cleverly, you need to do something like kind of unique that makes you stand out. And then if the rest of your pack is widely appealing, then it'll blow up. Like you need to try to go for the most wide appeal possible.
Yeah.
And that means like using a lot of simple stuff and like using a default color scheme probably, or maybe something else that's like generally popular, like red
Yeah.
or purple or something like
yeah,
that.
I
just wanna say
go ahead,
something.
Mick.
You know what's interesting about all those packs that we listed? They're all blue.
Yeah, no,
or
that's
Yeah.
it. Because
they're all blue or have a ton of recolors. So that's something that makes it popular. It's just a generic, no, not
Right,
generic,
and
widely
wide
usable color.
like the
like-
most widely appealing color scheme will
There,
always
that's what I meant.
be like default.
Yeah,
That'll
or
always
just
be the
blue,
most-
some kind of blue color.
yeah. But the thing is, it's like it's so like you look at some packs, right? You look at Infinite, right, and you can kind of see why that's popular. It has its
Yeah.
like it's
It's got like just
unique is not the
colors that are
right
nice and
word, but
vibrant,
like
so, I
it
mean,
had like you look at like it has its unique
appealing.
things that
It
like
looks nice.
you look at it and it's like, okay, that is Infinite. You know what I mean? Like it has its own kind of style. Champ V4, I can kind of understand like why that's unique. Like it's got the outline blocks, the very simple shaded outline blocks, and it's got the like super high res but 16x shape tools and stuff that it has. And just there's a lot of things that just don't make sense, but at the time it was like, wow, that's really different and somehow looks good in PvP. And like that's kind of why it got popular, because it was just so different, and you really can't make a replica of Champ V4, and that's why Champ V5 like sucked in comparison, because like although like it wasn't like for like who made it
Green
and
gold.
for the time, green gold, but besides the gold, in itself it wasn't the worst pack I've ever seen. It was just because it followed Champ V4 that no one liked it, because it's like you can't really follow something that like you can't replicate that. It's just that weird thing.
Okay,
like-
so I have a formula, and I'm sure you could apply this to any super popular pack, and it would still make sense. You need to have a widely appealing thematic. It's like you have the basic one you can do is the default color scheme. You'll see that everywhere: blue swords, red hearts, stuff like that. Like probably a black hotbar. You need to have that, and then you need to get it out there. And by getting it out there, you have a big YouTuber use it. If someone's 50K pack, or somebody uses it all the time on stream, or something like that. But the other option you can do is you can do something unique with it, so that it stands out from everything else. Champ V4 was the perfect storm because it had the unique thing with the outline blocks, and it was like widely used by a popular YouTuber. But right now, what's going on with like smaller packs, like you'll see them do really well when you see something unique. Like with Keno's recent Saki pack, that was like very basic. It was blue, and that's like widely appealing, but it stood out and did way better than your generic blue pack because he did like the swords, and there were 2 pixels wide, and that's something that makes it stand out. And like there's also like other examples of that. Like I had the spirit pack that did huge on my channel when I didn't even have YouTubers using it, because I had like the 32x items, and that was like something people really wanted to see.
Yeah.
So you need to experiment, but like,
and it was
you have to do something unique, but not too different. You need to execute a popular concept that nobody's done before, or keep your wide appeal good while doing something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
So those are like your 2 ways. Like the first way is stuff like revamping a popular pack but doing it really well, and the second way is doing like a generic, widely appealing pack but doing something unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the difficult part is that to like get the video, like to get a pack to do well most of the time. Obviously with sometimes like Spirit did well on its own, let alone like people using it. Like it just did well just because it was unique. But like most of the time it's hard to make a very unique pack without sacrificing views, because I feel like you really have to execute the uniqueness and in combination of appeal. You know what I mean? Like, because if you make something unique, you have to also like make it appealing, and then that kind of ruins some of the uniqueness. Like you have to get the perfect balance
You need
for it to get that.
Something unique in a widely appealing pack.
Yeah.
Like, you can't decide to do a unique pack. You need to decide to do a widely appealing pack and come up with some gimmick. Or you don't have to come up with a gimmick if you just execute it really better than anyone else has. Like a Keto Legend 27. Like that had no gimmicks, but it was just really well done.
Well, yeah, and it also just did it differently, because every Legend 27 revamp was just a gradient reshade of default.
Bevel.
Right.
Oh my god, those people in YouTube search results, when you look up a pack and it's like V2 and it's just gradients.
Yeah.
Anyway, but for YouTube, doing well on YouTube, I feel like the best long-term strategy for doing best on YouTube is not to go for your YouTube SEO, like say V2 of something, or like put FPS boost in your title or whatever.
Which is inaccurate.
Like the best way to go about it
Not even a thing.
is just to make packs that are widely appealing and people will want to download. Because over time, if you do that, you'll get commissioned by large people, and then your channel will get all the exposure it needs for your packs to do well.
Yeah.
Thank you for going through this 47 minutes with us.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Hope
It may not
everyone's,
be 40.
shut up. I hope everyone's staying safe, not getting that Rona.
Rona.
Code.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope everyone's staying safe, washing their hands,
Wash your hands. Stay
staying
inside.
inside, not
Wear a mask if you
not-
go outside.
not
Make sure not to
swapping
lick
spit.
doorknobs.
All right,
Look forward.
and goodbye.